Greetings, family, and welcome to Live with Chatufa. As tensions continue to rise in the nation, we are seeing quite a lot happening. The nation is unstable as we are approaching the SADC summit, where Emerson Mnangagwa has declared war against the citizens of Zimbabwe. And we are hearing reports, serious reports of people being abducted, people just being arrested and arriving in big numbers. And these people are being grouped into places where some are being tortured and things like that happening. And we continue to see this abuse of power by the state that happens in Zimbabwe, unlike what we have seen in other places. Right now, there is a lot of that is also happening. Like, for example, in Nigeria, we are seeing Nigerian police providing water for protesters, while Mnangagwa's police, they abduct leaders for planning to a protest or some demonstration. Imagine that only in Zimbabwe, someone can be arrested for a crime that they have not yet committed, and they can be able to be taken to a court. And I don't know what they will be saying in that court, because you can't say you have arrested somebody because these are people that will be planning to do a demonstration. It doesn't make sense. There's no law like that. But unfortunately, it's happening. But look at where our country is. We remain the laughing stock of the whole world because of the dirty politics that we see happening in Zimbabwe. Emerson Mnangagwa doesn't want to play clean. He plays dirty, and he is a violent man. He's a murderous man. He's a man who does not respect human life. And at any point in time, he can destroy, he can kill somebody. And we have seen even his presidential spokesperson, George Charampa, saying that we can kill people we have killed before. And we are going to be having a show later in the evening where we are going to be talking about that very issue. So it's sad. It's a very sad development indeed when we look at things happening in this manner, because while we expect countries or our politics to become more clear and more transparent and more tolerant, we still see the kind of politics that is happening in Zimbabwe, going back into the uncivilized edges. And that is not going to be working. It's not going to be helping us. Why is it that only in Zimbabwe we have police and soldiers who can't sympathize with their own kith and kin, their own brothers and sisters? Because these are our young people, our young children, our young cousins and friends and something like that, who are coming from us to go and join these forces. But when they get there, they start to behave like they've forgotten where they came from. They've forgotten that they still have to come back to the communities. The way that Zimbabwean police are brutalizing people, and we have seen the pictures. Some of the pictures are very, very gruesome. You can't even put them here, of how some of the people that were arrested together with Namata Ikwekweza were beaten up by the police. I'm sure most of you could have seen these pictures making rounds on social media. Unfortunately, they are too much. I can't be able to put them on this show. But this is what is happening in our nation, and it's a sad development. We can't continue to look at things happening this way. This is why we are seeing Zimbabwe. Look at how Mnangagwa is behaving. Mnangagwa has already declared war. While we are still talking peace, Mnangagwa is already in a war. So if we are going to remain sitting down and licking on our wounds while Mnangagwa has already declared war, he's going to finish us. I think this is the time that has come that Zimbabwean people must now begin to rise. Rise up, Zimbabwe. This is the time to rise. This is no longer time to be crying and complaining and fearing and insulting each other, especially when some are saying, let's do this, let's rise up, let's stand up. We don't want those kind of people who say, you go, you what? No. Let's all just know that it's a responsibility, collective responsibility, for us to rise up and demand the freedom for our country. And at the end, when Zimbabwe is free, it is going to be a benefit for everyone. So we have seen Nigerian police providing water to the protesters. These are government workers, but they know that we are here to serve the people. And it is a very, very beautiful scene when you look at the video of the Nigerian police and how they were sharing water with the protesters. Let me just play the video for you so you can just see the difference between our own police and the police that are in other countries. So can you see what is happening there? You can tell that, right, there is some people that human. That's a police force that is human. People that understand that these are still our brothers, these are our sisters, these are our parents, these are part of us. And whatever that it is that they are fighting for, they are doing it for on behalf of everyone. It's not for individuals. And that's exactly what we are talking about. So it's very, very important to have a police force that is educated, to know how they must behave when they are dealing with the public, not this Zanunized police force, these border gaze police force that we have in Zimbabwe. These ones really need to be phased out, and we come up with a new police force of trained police officers who are professional, who know exactly what is supposed to be done. Because what we are seeing in Zimbabwe is not normal. Police are never supposed to beat up people, especially when somebody is arrested. They are supposed to be taken to the courts. The courts will determine whether somebody is guilty or not guilty, whether the person is guilty. Even if the police officer finds the person in the very act of breaking the law, they still have no right to beat the person until the courts will declare the person guilty. And even when declared guilty, they are not supposed to be beaten. They have to be taken to the correctional services. That's how things work. But what has happened, the culture that we have seen in Zimbabwe is a wrong culture. And we know that this has been a deliberate thing that has been done by people like Emerson Mnangagwa, because they know that they want to use the police as an arm of oppression, to use them as a politicized police force, a partisan police force that is not going to be doing things for the Zimbabwean people, but doing things only for the elites. And the elites continue to brag about it, that we are the full arm of the law is going to catch up with you. All that they are saying, they know what they are talking about, because they've bastardized the police, and they know that once they give them drugs and they send them and go and kill, if anyone dies, that's their own business. They will come in full force, knowing that they have a backup. That's why they can do some gruesome things that they can do to some other individuals, with knowing that they are protected. Nobody's going to sue them. Nobody's going to take them to court. Even when you want to try to take them to court, you can be in soup yourself. You can be in hot soup for trying to sue them, in fact. So this is what is happening. So we definitely need a new force. We need a new set of structures in Zimbabwe, of a working structure and a working government, and the professional police, professional military. That is going to be work that needs to be done in the new great Zimbabwe. But meanwhile, we have to rise up as Zimbabwe. We can't be waiting for elections. We need to be pushing. These elections, they will continue to rig. We can't base on elections. We need to rise up and free ourselves in Zimbabwe. Let's fight for our freedom, Zimbabwe. Freedom is our portion. Freedom is coming, and God is in it. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. Subscribe to this channel, like and share. We'll be meeting in the upcoming shows.